Great, Victor.
What was the culture / society like back across the nation in the mountain?
Let me think back. I was teaching English, and it was a community, of course. We had about 300 to 325 students, so it was much smaller. And from the teacher's perspective, we were focusing on building an AP program, and I was attending a lot of workshops because I was learning myself what advanced placement was like. We were very strong as a basketball school. We were trying to implement cross-country. We were working on implementing, we already had basketball, we had football, and bringing in cross-country. My goodness, that was so long ago. And bringing in softball. We wanted to bring in softball for the girls. And so, but it was much smaller. We had a much smaller group of student body.
Let's see, I started in 1996, and the society and culture of the Mount was very positive. There was not a lot of students here at the time. We didn't have near as many students as we have now, so it was about the same in terms of people wanting a Catholic education.
What were the guidelines or uniform rules for that time?
Golly, let me think. Late 90s, early 2000, we had just had a modified dress code. You could wear jeans, but you had to wear a Mount shirt, so it wasn't quite as it is now.
We didn't have any. We really didn't. We didn't have much of a uniform policy other than your t-shirts could not portray any rock groups or any alcohol companies, of course any drug paraphernalia. But we didn't have uniforms, and we had a very casual dress code. Very casual.
Why or how did things change?
Things were changing in the whole world of the educational systems across the country. Uniforms were the trend. Uniforms were being put in place across numerous public school systems, and then of course private schools. I remember in 2001, I remember sitting in the auditorium, and Mrs. Ferris was the vice principal, and I was a parent, and I remember coming to a parent meeting that they were introducing the new uniforms. And so at that time, I was at Southeast Public School, and we already had a soft uniform policy.
So that was kind of, we thought that this might be a good time for a change.
What were your thoughts about it, and how do you feel about it now?
Like I said, I was very much for it because it made it easy on us as parents when we purchased the clothing. It made it a more consistent perspective from teenagers.
Back then I had, my son went to school here, so it was better. You didn't have to worry about trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. You didn't have to worry about having the right kind of clothes, the image. Everybody was the same. So it was better for me, and I like the idea of being in a uniform.
Kids are worried about clothing brands. You really are. If you were to openly get students in here, it matters to them what jeans they're wearing or what brand of shoes they have on, what kind of car you drive. It does matter. And to me, the uniforms brings about not only a better consistency with the socioeconomic situations of families, but also it just brings about a more consistent attitude and a climate across the entire community with our families. There's no worries. You don't worry about, do I fit in? You don't worry about, do I have the right brand of shirt or the right brand of shoes? hopefully the focus is more on, I need to worry about my English grade, or I need to worry about my theology grade, or I need to worry about my letters of recommendation. Have I asked the appropriate people? So your focus becomes goes to a different area.
How has society and culture at the Mount or nationwide changed and influenced uniform decisions?
I think you see it more in private schools across the country. The uniform makes things easier. You don't have to worry about people keeping up the Joneses, so to speak. Not everybody can afford the really nice clothes, so it makes it fair for everybody.
Sadly, the whole gang issue, sadly, the whole I have more than you do attitude, society is just that way. And that'll never go away. It never will. However, if we can, while we have you here for these 4 years, can make you realize that there's nothing special about clothing or cars. What is special is you. What is special is the person. What is special is what do you do for others. Then these 4 years that we have you, then hopefully we've done you justice and we've done you a service of responsibility when it comes to recognizing that the person matters.